spring is here, and DBG's spring plant sale will be blooming. So let's head out live and see what kind of plants you can get. And Tina, good morning to you. It looks amazing out there. Very green already. What do we got going on?
Good morning. How are you? We've got a lot going on. We're getting ready to set up for our sale, which is this Friday through Sunday. So we hope everybody comes out and enjoys our plants.
So I love. Where do we get these plants from? Are these all coming out of the garden?
Some of them do. We grow some of the plants here specifically. If you look down below, you can see some of the plants with the orange labels. Those are the ones that we actually collect seed from our plants in the garden and grow right here. So those are very special to us. That's our garden signature plant line. But then we like to work with a lot of local nurseries because we want to support that business and make sure we get those plants that do well in the spring and the summer and the fall that do so well. So we like to work with the nurseries around the state and sometimes in Southern California.
Yeah, and Tina, this sale is very important to actually our desert plants that are out there in the wild, because you don't want people going out there and digging up those plants to bring home to plant in our neighborhoods, because they might not survive. Also, too, it's ruining the ecosystem out there, isn't it?
Yes, yes. We really don't support going out into the wild and collecting plants, and we really encourage people to use what we call a native desert plant palette, because those are plants that are adapted for low water use and can stand the drought, can stand the heat, can stand the amount of light. So they're really adapted to thrive in the kind of environment that we have. So when you use native plants or desert adapted plants, that really helps you save money on your water bill, but then also really does well for the ecosystem and our desert habitat.
Yeah, and we know right now, we kind of like don't want to say Arizona is in a water shortage, but I know they've been giving some tips and some ways that you can actually start changing your grass yard into a desert yard. That's really nice to save money, because we were mentioning these plants don't have to take a lot of water, do they?
Correct, yeah. A lot of our desert adapted plants, or the native plants, they really are designed to be in low water use. And so you really look at succulents like our ones we have below, or our cactus. They have the ability to store water when there's not water available. So when you have succulents, you really need to be conscientious about not turning your irrigation on. You may be hot and need water, but the plant probably doesn't.
Yeah, okay. This is very important, because we know people out there would like to have a green thumb. And we know that there's people out there that, we're going to say it, kill plants very easily. These plants you can really take care of, but people actually kill desert plants. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And Tina, we were talking about, I'm sorry, Tina, we were talking about that. I'm laughing because the way they do it is by overwatering them, that they don't realize, like, oh my goodness, this plant's dry. No, it's not. It's actually okay. So let's talk a little about that with how to care for these plants.
Sure. So when you're talking specifically about succulent plants, and I mean cactus, I mean agaves, I mean yuccas, any of those succulent plants, they really need to go dry, and their feet need to be dry. When I say feet, that means their root system. So it really has to be a dry environment before you get ready to water again. So a lot of times, even in the summer, you might only need to water once a month, depending on what it's really like and the conditions they're in. And I know a lot of people are just like I said, I'm hot, I need water, I know my plants are, let's just turn the irrigation on full force. And please don't do that, because what you end up doing is the plant can't use it. You lose a lot to evaporation into the hot sun, and then the plant can just rot and die, and that's how a lot of people lose their desert plants, overwatering.
Yeah, this is awesome, because I think it's a great time for those that want to learn about our plants and also have them at home, is to visit the garden, do a little walkthrough, since you said some of the plants that you are going to get to go home. So, all right, let's talk about when's the sale start, how can people come out and enjoy it, and of course go home with a green thumb.
Yes, so come on by. The sale starts Thursday with Members Day, and then it runs Friday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And if you need more information, please go to our website, dbg.org. And we'll have all the information on what we have. We have maps laid out so you can see what all kinds of different plant forms that we have. And then our horticulture staff is actually here on site to help answer any questions, to be able to help you select, to be able to help you give care ideas, maybe even help problem solve with some of the issues you're having going on in your yard.
I love it. Tina, thank you very much for showing off the plants. They look so beautiful. I got to get out there.